What is going on, my beautiful people? My name is Fhiliblunts, and as I have mentioned before, my goal for this channel is to make you into a better gamer and a better person. For the gameplay, I wanted it to relate to what I wanted to talk about today. So, this gameplay you're going to see is of me going 21 flawless in a game of Titanfall where I move around the map so that I know I'm not going to be seen. I show as much as I can by cutting out all the bits that were a little bit boring, but yeah, it illustrates the point I'm trying to make today. Basically, this is the series that I've always wanted to start making since I thought about taking up YouTube, called The Guide. What this series is all about is taking the aspects that you would never have thought could be involved in gaming and then using them to understand why you make the actions you do and the decisions you make. Hopefully, if all goes well, I can also help you with some activities you can do in-game to prove that these concepts do exist. Now, today's concept is all about the actions you make and why you would make them so involuntarily. Some examples of what I'm trying to think of are when you have to catch a ball. Why does your arm move to the exact spot where you have to catch it? Or why do you miss it entirely? Or why, in Call of Duty, you knew how far to push that stick to get the crosshairs onto your opponent for that clutch kill. Wanting to play the game to the best of your ability usually requires some sort of fine motor control. Basically, that means to move your fingers, for you to do what you need to do. Pro gamers have some of the best fine motor skills that they could close their eyes and then still have better accuracy than a beginner. But I'm going to try to describe this fine motor control that can assist you to become a great gamer. Well, we all know that these sequence of events happen in the nervous system, where the information moves from the eyes to the brain, then to the arm to move, right? Well, the real questions are, how does the arm know to move? Who taught your arm to move? What made your arm move upwards in the first place? Well, the two words that are important in this aspect are called action and perception. Action is probably the most obvious term to understand because it literally means what it says. Action is the movement, the reaction, the literal action that must be executed in order to achieve the task. In the example, when it comes to throwing the ball, the action was to move the arm and close the fingers around the ball. Perception is a more difficult concept to understand because it is vital to understanding why you made the action in the first place. Perception is the noticing of the stimulus for the information to be collected. So basically, it's not the seeing of the ball that is being perceived, but the ball itself. The ball itself is the stimulus. Knowing where the ball is can then lead to the predicting of the flight path and the timing to create the action, catching the ball. But how are they related? Well, the concept is that one can't be done without the other. Now, it is obvious to say that I saw the ball, so I caught the ball. But how did you know seeing it meant you had to catch it? What if the person was a soccer player and he tried to kick it? Is that the wrong action to make? What I'm trying to say is yes, you do need to perceive the object in front of you to know you have to make an action of some kind, like catching the ball or pulling a trigger to shoot. But how do you know you have to catch the ball or pull the trigger? Doesn't the situation have to have happened before so you know to close your fingers around the ball so it doesn't hit you in the face? So in short, this means that in order for you to create an action, you need to perceive it first. But to perceive it in the first place, the action needs to have been done so you know you have an option. So really, one can't live without the other. But how does this relate to gaming? Well, the best thing I can do is to look at the professionals. Why does a League of Legends pro know to gank at a specific time because his opponent was seen by an expertly placed ward by his teammate? Or why does Complexity's Karma know to wallbang a person from a specific spot, which I've seen them do? Because it has happened to them in the past, and they have created an action that actually relates to their past experiences. Pros have a different look in situations because they've lived it before. Have you ever had a situation in your life where you knew something was going to happen because, well, you've been there before and it felt like deja vu? And that is why professionals scrimmage so much. So they can create those experiences for themselves, create the actions to counteract that, and then go on to win whatever championships they may play in. The only difference between a professional player and just a normal casual player who's just as good is that the professional understands this, and they learn. And that, my friends, is the difference between a good player and a great player. Thank you very much for listening. I really do hope you learned something from this. And if you really like this video, please give it a like. I don't get anything from it. I don't get paid for these videos. I do it because I enjoy it. And if you want to listen to more, if you want me to create more, subscribe and I'll do it for you. Thank you guys for listening. I'm going to leave you with the rest of the video. Check you guys later. Peace.
Warning. Reactor unstable.
It's just me and you, and it's like nothing matters. I got a deeper hunger, I'm just trying to get fatter. Me, I've been sitting back and watching shit, wondering why I can get on and out of here. Maybe I'm lazy, not